Hello, YouTubers. I'm back again today. Today is February 7th, and I will be reading from my book today, and we will be evaluating today's message. The book that I will be using is A Year of Positive Thinking. It's by Cindy Spiegel. One second. Okay. Oh, also, another thing that we're going to be doing today is going through my self-love routine. It's a daily self-love routine. I've been trying to get into that daily just because it helps me, and yeah, hopefully you can set up your own self-routine, and it could help you as well. Okay, so February 7th. So the message for today is a broken heart and a shining light. Okay, so a broken heart and a shining light. Inevitably, your heart will break into a million pieces, possibly more than once. But you will be okay. You will experience loss, grief, heartache, and eventually solace. So basically, I think what this is trying to say is that no matter what, there's always going to be something that your heart will break. But I feel like sometimes you shouldn't be afraid to put yourself, to be brave and to put yourself in situations just because of this, or be afraid to meet new people, be afraid to put yourself out there and to make friends and positive relationships. That should not make you afraid for that. Because I do believe that there are good people out there, and we should not, because our minds just naturally our minds just naturally, what do you call it? What is the name of that word? Sabotages. Like our mind just naturally self-sabotages. One second. Okay, so I needed light. So our mind just naturally self-sabotages things that we may have that are good, and the reason that our mind does that is because sometimes sorry, my dog is annoying. Her name is Raina. Raina. So our mind just self-sabotages, and the reason, sorry, she's trying to get my food right now. Alright, so the reason that our mind does that is because sometimes we feel as if we need to protect what we have. Just like I'm protecting my food from Raina because she's going to eat my food that I have to eat to have energy for my day. So, yeah, so I feel like if somebody has red flags, then I think we should always keep our distance and stuff. But if somebody is not doing anything to cause us to have red flags, we should not believe that everybody is the same, because everybody is their own person, and um, we shouldn't judge somebody off of um, what others perceive them as, or their past mistakes or things like that. But we should also not put ourselves in dangerous situations, because um, people do have reputations for a reason. And I've learned from experience that um, we should not, I should not, I don't know about me or anybody else. I know about me, but not about anybody else. But um, yeah, so I just know that I gave a chance to somebody who did have a bad reputation, and she was a family member, and she ended up being what she said she wasn't. She said that she changed, she's not like that anymore. Um, and it wasn't true, because she tried to steal my bunny rabbit. um, so we're gonna move on to the next sentence, because I hope that helps. But first, allow yourself to feel the full scope of what you feel. You don't want to hide behind a hardened heart and a darkened soul forever. I think that's what I was basically saying from the first sentence, is that you shouldn't judge everybody because your heart has been broken. It's by circumstances, Somebody has red flags, then I believe that you should watch out, because red flags are very important, and you should never choose to ignore them, because a red flag is something that you should stay away. Something obviously means danger, and you don't want to put yourself in danger. All right? When you decide to surrender, you will let in the sunlight. Mm. And once you do, you will reflect that light back into your heart and then out into the world. And once you do, you reflect that light back into your heart and then out into the world. So I think that's good. I just think that means that once your heart is broken, this whole message to me just means that a broken heart, it could shatter a million times into a million pieces, but our heart, our lives, they're not ruined because somebody decides to break our heart. Instead, we should look at it as, we survived, and we are not ruined, but we are fixable. We are mendable. It's something that isn't forever. And we can work on it. We can work on some things to help us feel better. All right, so I will be reading from an article or a post that I found on the internet. I looked it up on Google. 5 little self-love routines that might change your life. This is posted by Rebecca McLaughlin. 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 Lynn. I don't know how to say it. Um, all right. So in her article, she posts this 5 ways to work a bit of self love into your daily life. Um, I'm gonna go into the self love routines, um, but on top of the routines, you should also have self love habits. So it says, apply your products with intention and love. Don't just plop that lotion on your thighs with a shrug. Indulge in the best lotion or moisturizer you can, and consider a plush brush or sponge to apply it. As you rub it into your skin, think kind thoughts about yourself and your body. I love you, feet. Thank you for caring about me where I want to go. Hello, ankles. You are mysterious, and I don't understand how you work, but I'm sure glad you do. Things like that. And I've always known that too, as well, because I learned somewhere in a book. Um, this woman, she wanted to, this woman, she had wanted to lose some weight. And she was working out, working out, working out. She was very embarrassed about her legs. And the more that she was running and doing all that, she wasn't seeing a difference and she was very unhappy. But the main reason why she wasn't seeing a difference was because she was not loving her body the way that it was. Um, and she wasn't, appreciating her body for what it was. So the body just, contracted. It didn't work the way that, she didn't see a difference. But the second that she was taking lotion and rubbing her legs and telling herself that her body is beautiful the way that it is and stuff, then that's when she started to see a difference in what her legs look like. Because you shouldn't beat yourself up for what your body looks like or anything like that. I think it's very important that you should love yourself for who you are. And don't ever forget that. And then this says, the second one, these are the from from the daily routine. So the second part is, say one kind thing aloud to yourself each morning. After you're dressed and primed yourself, look into the mirror and say one kind thing to yourself. If affirmations feels weird and forced to you, rely on a compliment as a far more simple and genuine practice. Even if you're not in love with that dress, surely you can acknowledge that your hair looks great or that you've got your mother's pretty green eyes. If you feel awkward intoning I am a powerful and beautiful woman, go ahead and give yourself a wink and shimmy your hips. Have fun with yourself. So that's a good one. Just always say, I feel like a good thing of loving, like a way of showing that you love yourself, um, or to help you remind you of your good attributes that you have. I think it's good that you are able to stare in the mirror and tell yourself how beautiful you are. You are able to do those things because um, it makes you feel good and you don't want to keep beating yourself up. You want to love yourself. So, number 3, eat real meals at a table with beautiful place settings. No more of this in front of the computer right out of the container business. I am so guilty of this because you see me with these bagels right here. So I'm still working on myself. I just started this routine, but I am posting this because I think it's helping. It could help other people too because not a lot of people know about a self-love routine. And we're all working on ourselves every single day, you know? So At least, it says at least not all the time. So I shouldn't beat myself up for eating right here, right now, because I'm making a YouTube video, and it is what it is. Make even the most run-of-the-mill meal something special. Break out those lovely placemats and cloth napkins. Set out your best china, light some candles, and put on some music, even if you're alone eating leftovers. Ambiance is everything, and you deserve it. All right. 4. Create a just got home ritual. What do you do when you get home from work? Sets the tone for the entire rest of your day. Don't just throw your jacket on the couch and then check your email. Change out of your office clothes into something more comfortable, but stylish enough to make you feel wonderful. Make a cup of tea, cuddle with your pet, put your feet up, and take a moment to calm your mind and reflect on your day. I think that one's perfect. 1 second. I think that is perfect. Because obviously your work life and your home life are two different things. And when you come home and you think about everything that is, going on at home, everything that's going on at work when you're at home, for me personally, like, if I come home, I don't need to check my email because I have nobody emailing me unless I'm not happy at my job and I'm looking for a new job. I'm waiting for email to find a new job. So I think that's basically what it is, or whatever. Um, And I think it's important that as well, from this same thing, that when you come home, you don't just go straight to the computer and, um, focus on the computer, because Raina right here, and see, if I'm not home all day, Raina, she misses me so much. So I think it's good, like, when you show your little pet some love because she needs the attention. She does, see? She's a little crazy. Um, but yeah, she's wagging her tail right now because she needs attention, and she's another living creature. Now she's trying to get to my food. Okay. But she's my pet, not a creature. She's my pet. Not my pet, my sister's pet, but I still treat her as if she's mine. Excuse me. 5. End your day with gratitude. Regardless of how your day went, failed presentations, bad traffic, burnt dinner, surely you could find something to be grateful for. Maintain a gratitude journal, state your thanks out loud, even if it's just an empty room, or share your thoughts with your partner. I think these are great. Gratitude journal. Sometimes I feel like in the beginning when you have one, it's really hard to um to recognize the things that you were grateful for. But the longer that you keep on doing it, the more persistent, like, if you do it as a daily thing, they will just come. It will become so easy for you. I'm trying to figure out what this is right here. That's weird. Okay. So I was talking a lot, so we can remind. Let's say all the 5 of them. So 1, apply your products with intention and love. 2, say one kind thing aloud to yourself each morning. 3, eat real meals at a table with beautiful place settings. 4, create a just got home ritual. And 5, end your day with gratitude. And then we're going to be going into the self-love habits. Raina, so I'm going to be we're going to be looking at 2 different articles because one is for women and the other one, it doesn't say who it's for, but I don't know. I just started my page. I don't know if I have mostly women followers or whatnot. So, you can harbor on the 2. So, I was reading this one the other day. Let me get my dog. She's crazy. Raina, come here. She likes to go through the garbage, so I had to get her. Alright, so 8 realistic self-love habits you can start practicing right now. And then it says, because you deserve to love yourself as well as you love everyone else. This is by Kristen Lesko. So let's start. So the first one is aim for 8 hours of sleep. The second is recognize your negative thoughts and replace them. You went over this before with when you put lotion on your body. Start journaling every morning. I think that's a good one. Fill your plate with foods that nourish your body and mind. Like they say, you are what you eat. If you're eating things that are unhealthy for you, how do you think you're gonna feel? It's not good for your body. So do you think that if you're eating unhealthy that your body's gonna take that well? No, it's not. So also another thing is I have my water bottle here. It's a Brita water bottle. My doctor tells me that I am supposed to have 8 glass. Well, from that water bottle, she said that I can drink. This dog is crazy. 2.5, 2.5 refills of that water bottle, and I will be good for my day. Of the water intake that I need so that I could stay hydrated. Staying hydrated is very important because it keeps your blood flow, your mind happy, and things like that. When your blood is flowing, your mind is thinking, and you are in a positive. It's positive for your body. It's not good to be dehydrated. I've gone to the doctors multiple times and they could not find my blood or a vein to get my blood because I was that dehydrated. So it is very important to stay hydrated so that your body is up and moving and running properly. The next one is make your world smaller. So I think it doesn't matter how many views or who likes you, who doesn't. I think it's just important to stay with the people that love you and things like that. It doesn't matter how many likes you get. It doesn't matter who likes you, who you hang out with. Because from my experience, I've hung out around, I've underestimated my worth because based on the perception of other people, how other people perceive me. And that didn't really work out well because then I started to really view myself as a lower person due to what other people's beliefs of were of me, and that's not fair. Um, so I think it is very important to keep when you look for people's, I think the first person who you should look at, let me change my word, the first person who you should look at for approval is yourself. um, and it's very important to, when you search for friends, that you are searching in the right areas, because if you're looking in the wrong, if you're trying to find Tinder dates, Tinder is known for being a site to have hookups. Do you think you're gonna find you love on Tinder? If, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've heard of people actually finding love on Tinder, but from my experience, I've tried it out. No, you're not finding love. I haven't found love. So I'm not, for me, I don't use Tinder. So I don't like Tinder. I don't like dating websites because I'd rather meet somebody in person that's, so like for me, let me explain this. So, um, I kind of want, like, I haven't really gone out like that. I don't go to bars. I don't go to clubs. I don't do that stuff. So I'm not really looking for anybody right now. But like, um, let me explain. So like, say you went to a bar. Some guy comes up to you and he's like, "Can I buy you a drink?" Now, how do you think he's gained that confidence to come up to you to offer you a drink? Because he's probably done that before. Um, he probably does that a lot. So he knows what the right words are to say and all those things, how to sweet talk you into the bed. Because he's probably done that before. There's a lot of guys out there like that. So you just, I would rather go towards the guy who is at the scene like me, because I most likely won't be going out because I don't like to go out like that. I get very anxious and shy. So the type of guy I would be looking for when I go out is the guy who is um sitting there on his phone, like just looking down, or looks like he doesn't want to be there and he's not too into the scene. And the reason being for that is because his friends probably dragged him out. He didn't want to be there to begin with, and he's that's the type of guy I want. I don't want a guy who goes out every single night looking for the next girl he's gonna get into bed with, or you know goes out every night. You know what I'm saying? I don't like that stuff. So, um, and the reason I keep my circle small as well is because I don't like to do that stuff. I don't like to go out. I don't like to party. I don't like to do that because I used to be like that when I was in college. Um, and it wasn't just with friends; it was with family members as well. And they would ask me to go out and do certain things, and I was just putting them ahead of myself and my schoolwork. And there was there was a consequence to my actions. The Even as hard as I wanted to deny it, I did not have my priorities straight, and it did take a toll on my education. Right now, I'm taking a break till I get everything together, and then I will be going back. But for the meanwhile, yes, you should be very careful who you hang out with. Um, find physical movement that feels like a reward, not a punishment. All right, I'm gonna read this one because I would like to know more about it as well. So it says data show a good chunk of people ditched their New Year's resolutions like hitting the gym pretty early in the year. Reasons for ditching a fitness goal may vary, but there's likely one commonality. They signed up for something they never really wanted to do in the first place. The physical and mental health benefits of exercise are well known, but it can be hard to reap the rewards. If you're forcing yourself to do something you dislike, choose physical movement that feels good for you, not like a punishment, Christopher said. You need to find your version of physical movement that makes you come alive and feel amazing and that you look forward to, she added. That's a good one. All right, so this one says stop shitting on yourself. In our society, there's this concept of where we should be based on expectations set by our parents, our peers, or ourselves. Wright said, if you've ever broken into an emergency bottle of wine after a family gathering filled with questions about why you're single, haven't had kids yet, or aren't in a higher position at work, you already know the impact could have on your self-worth. Definitely exactly what I'm thinking because I have cut so many people out of my life because they think that they are being um or they're trying to be constructive, but it's really none of their business. It's nobody's business what you do with your life. Do, um it's in nobody's place to tell you what you should do. It's about what makes you happy, what makes you whole. Um, and yeah, it's about what your happiness is. As long as you are not in a path of destruction, like doing illegal things or, things like that. Next one. Spend 5 minutes a day meditating. I don't personally meditate. I want to meditate. It's just that I need to get my mind into that stuff. So, I don't know. I want to try it, but maybe I should. It's on here, so I should. It says, do you spend most of your days jumping from one task to another? In the pursuit of what's next, we often miss out on the beauty of what's happening right now. Meditation helps us to refocus your attention on the present moment. It can also help to gain perspective. During a stressful situation, increase self awareness, reduce negative feelings, and increase creativity. According to the Mayo Clinic, there are a number of ways to meditate, but most involve a quiet setting, a comfortable position, and deep, relaxed breathing. For a little guidance, consider downloading a meditation app such as Insight Timer. I will be looking into that. Um, just 5 minutes of seated meditation a day will change everything. Christopher said, if you could focus on loving yourself in that meditation, even better. So that was the last one. Now I'm actually going to click on the Insight Timer and get it. And it says, I hope I don't have to pay for any of this, so because I hate when they do that stuff. You get these apps, it's like you have to pay for a subscription in order to get these things. Like it's really weird. All right. And then now we're going to be going into the 13 habits. Well, they changed it. It says 13 steps to achieving total self-love. This was written by Alice and Rachel Stewart. All right, so number 1, stop comparing yourself to others. Yeah, so I think it's hard. It's hard to not compare yourself to others when there's people out there that are telling you what to do. So when somebody's trying to tell you what to do, you tell them I'm sorry, but I'm not you, and that's not what makes me happy. That might be what makes you happy, but I'm gonna do what makes me happy. And that's that. You don't need to elaborate nothing. You don't and no, you don't owe anybody an explanation but yourself an explanation. Two, don't worry about others' opinions. That goes into my last statement. Three, allow yourself to make mistakes. If you don't make mistakes, you won't you learn from your mistakes. So, you know, just as take every mistake as a lesson. Four, remember your value doesn't lie in how your body looks. We were talking about this before. You are beautiful the way you are. You don't need to change for anybody. Find somebody that values you for who you are. And the first person is yourself. Don't be afraid to let go of toxic people. I was talking about that before. And actually, you know what? Thinking about that, we're going into another book that I own to help you out. And maybe you could purchase it yourself and it will help you. Process your fears is number 6. So it says, like earring, feeling afraid is natural and human. Don't reject your fears, understand them. This healthy exercise can really help with your mental health. Interrogating and evaluating your fears helps you to gain clarity and unmask issues in your life that were causing you anxiety. That in turn can help alleviate some, if not all, of your anxiety. 7, trust yourself to make good decisions for yourself. Yes, you should trust yourself. And I think it all, like if you're listening to everything that I'm saying about these bar scenes and all of that, I think it all just is based on what you want. Don't throw yourself into the midst of everything and, you choose who you have in your life. Choose the correct people. Who do you want to be surrounded by? 8. Take every opportunity life presents or create your own. That timing is never going to be perfect for that next big step in your life. The setup may not be ideal, but that shouldn't hold you back from reaching to meet your goals and dreams. Instead, seize the moment because it may never come back. Put yourself first is number 9. Number 10 is feel pain and joy as fully as you can. Allow yourself to feel things fully, lean into pain, reveal in your joy, and don't put limitations on your feelings like fear, pain, and joy, or emotions that will help you understand yourself and ultimately realize that you are not your feelings. 11, exercise boldness in public. Get into the habit of speaking your mind. Boldness is like a muscle. It grows the more you exercise it. Don't wait for permission to take a seat at the table. Join the conversation. Contribute your thoughts. Take action and know that your voice is just as important as anyone else's. 12, see beauty in the simple things. Try to notice at least one beautiful small thing around you every single day. Make note of it and be grateful for it. Gratitude not only gives you perspective, it's essential to help you find joy. 13, be kind to yourself. The world is full of harsh words and critique. Don't add yours to the mix. Speak kindly to yourself and don't pull yourself from new things. Celebrate yourself. You've come so far and grown so much. Don't forget to celebrate yourself, and not only on your birthday. I have a twin, so I celebrate myself and I celebrate my twin. So, let's see. This is my book. It's called I'm Awesome. Here's why. It's by Sarah Catherine. If you really, 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 really need a book, every single day, there's little things in these books that can help you to feel awesome, to remind yourself that you are awesome. So it tells you reasons why you are awesome, and you should always remind yourself that you are awesome. Okay. I just really want to go over like the first one because when I was kind of like reminded before when I was talking about toxic people. So this book is basically like in the beginning it speaks about what self-confidence is and your strengths, your weaknesses, and um, things like that. So I just wanted um, all right, so these are, they get in the beginning, it tells you, all right, so it it's gonna give you like different things that you should do to, different things that are gonna help you, or it's saying, yeah, there's behaviors, thoughts, beliefs, and those things, they could be limiting your self confidence. Um, so I will be telling you. I'm not gonna read it all. I just wanna just briefly put things perspective, like just bring them out into the air of what could be limiting your self confidence. So recognize your strengths and weaknesses. Um, Take pride in yourself. Practice self care. Embrace failure. Build positive resilience. Surround yourself with positive people. Keep learning and growing. And that was it. So I want to elaborate on the surrounding yourself with positive people. And I want to read this part, this little segment of the book, because I think this is very important, and it might help you. So it says, something you must learn is how incredibly important, and this is like my favorite, that's why I want to share it. My MacBook is dying. Something you must learn is how incredibly important and unselfish it is to cut ties with toxic relationships. Whether platonic, romantic, or anywhere in between, your relationship should lift you up, not tear you down. Plus, how on earth are you going to build your self-confidence? If you allow others to pull you in the other direction, sometimes toxic relationships are obvious, sometimes they are subtle. You might not even realize that you experience a negative relationship. Some signs of these relationships include major highs and anxiety-ridden lows, consistently having personal boundaries crossed, and feeling like you're putting much more effort and care into the relationship than the other person. If any of this sounds familiar, it's time to consider if the relationship is actually a healthy one. The other person in the relationship might not have malicious intent. Sometimes two people simply aren't meant to be in a relationship at certain levels, and that's okay. Perfect anonymous quote that describes the kind of relationships you deserve is, stick to the people who pull the magic out of you, not the madness. At the end of the day, if you notice you feel drained after each interaction with a certain person and they are unable or unwilling to fulfill your needs, it's time to put your mental health first. It may not be easy. In fact, cutting negative people out of your life is probably one of the hardest things you will do for yourself. However, doing so is absolutely worth it. Whoever you're distancing yourself from may try to bring you back by saying he or she can change. At this point, you're given enough chances and know that this is who that person is. The odds of him or her changing are extremely slim. That person has had a chance. It's time to put you first. You are not selfish for making yourself a priority and putting your mental health and happiness above something that's not serving you. If you distance yourself and the person never reaches out, then you know exactly how he or she felt about the relationship in the first place. Is that person truly a friend if he or she doesn't care enough to try? Life is too short to spend time on negative people. There are plenty of positive, beautiful people just waiting to help you feel even more awesome. I think that is amazing to know because I have gone through so many experiences so many experiences where I was putting my all in all into the relationship, whether it be romantically or whatever, friendships and things like that. And I realized that I was putting so much effort into maintaining that relationship because I just wanted somebody to be there, and it broke me down because it was hurting me more. The longer that I continued to keep myself in that relationship, the longer I was hurting myself because that person, they didn't care about me. They were, they didn't have the best interest in mind for me, and they were just toxic for me. A lot of people were like that. But when I cut them out, I realized the difference. And this is the main reason why I'm posting these videos, is because I've grown so much after these past couple of months, and I realized that I've changed, not as impulsive, and hopefully I can help somebody else out. But I've read this book so many times, like I've gone through it, so I want to go over like some of my favorite parts. Some things that have helped me out. So this page, it says, block the noise. Block out the noise. So it says, people often find themselves attempting to live up to someone else's expectations, whether it's trying to land a certain kind of job, participate in certain hobbies or sports, or choose a certain profitable major. In order to feel awesome and find true happiness, you'll need to stop listening to those outside voices. Pay attention to what's on the inside. Fill in the speech bubbles with all the pressures and expectations that others push into your life. Whatever you feel like you're supposed to do but don't actually want, get them all out of your system. Listen to that. Listen to that. Do what makes you happy, not what makes everybody else happy. And I like this one too. It says, extinguish the negativity. On a separate piece of paper, write down all of your insecurities, fears, worries, anything negative that you feel about yourself and your life. Now take the page and physically destroy it, burn it, drown it, bury it. Rip it to shreds. Anything you desire in order to get rid of it forever. You don't need that negativity in your life anymore. It's time to focus on what's awesome about you. Let's see. There's this thing, it says begin your day with gratitude or forgive yourself. You could write a letter to yourself, forgiving yourself for your past mistakes, if that helps. Letting go of toxic relationships. This is an awesome book, I'm telling you. I think I purchased this book and I was lucky enough to find it at the bookstore. Because it really has helped me. But my favorite, so I have 3 more pages that I really want to go over. There's so many things in here, and this is why I love that. I'm gonna love this page because it's gonna help me, well, not only me, but other people, and that is what I love to do. So, okay. Remind yourself, for the days when you're feeling down, uncertain, or all around lost, here's your official reminder that you are beautiful, amazing, talented, wonderful, insightful, fantastic, strong, incredible, inspiring, magical, exciting, exceptional, capable, excellent, authentic, cherished, trustworthy, dazzling, enchanting, fabulous, unique, spectacular, radiant, lovely, irresistible, extraordinary, and above all else, you are awesome. Okay. This says, look at yourself. One of the hardest things to do when you're feeling self-doubt is to look into the mirror. Your challenge today is to spend 5 full minutes looking in a mirror. No distractions, no interruptions. Pay attention to your thought patterns. Challenge any negative feelings with positive and uplifting self-compliments. You're beautiful and awesome. Toss out any thoughts that say otherwise. Here's a picture of a mirror. And then release what isn't in your control. When life starts pulling you in a million different directions, it could be attempting to grab onto every single thing and try to control it as much as possible. However, attempting this leads to burnout and feeling like a failure. Sound familiar? The key is to realize what you can and cannot control. Once you do, you can let go of so much, shift your mindset, and tackle all of life's crazy responsibilities with confidence. When you find yourself feeling overwhelmed and as though your life is spiraling out of control, refer to the following list and focus on what you can control, while letting go of what's out of your hands. Keep in mind that these aren't comprehensive lists, but are here to decide what you should focus on and where you should channel your energy when life gets crazy. So, you can focus on the things that you can control. These are your priorities, how you react to situations, how you express your emotions, how you spend your time, the effort you put into something, who you spend time with, how you treat others, what you eat and drink, and what you say. The things you cannot control are others' opinions, others' actions, others' expectations, the weather, traffic, the long line at the grocery store, gas prices, the future, and cats. I cannot control this Raina. She is a dog, and I think in there too it says that this is not just, a list of everything, because there's more. Raina, she cannot be controlled. So I think these are all good. These are all good. So if you want this book, you should buy it. It's called I'm Awesome, and here's why. Thank you for watching my video today. I know it was 51 minutes, going on longer, like 50 minutes, almost an hour. If you watched the whole thing, thank you for the love and support, and you will see me again tomorrow. I'm currently going to eat the rest of my bacon, egg, and cheese and finish my tea, and then I will head on to my job interview that I had today. It's at the bagel store, but I need a job. So, alright. Thank you. Bye.